I'm really very encouraged. Even in this rainy day and negotiating the traffic in Dhaka, most of you have turned out here. And that reflects that you have serious interest in the subject that we're going to discuss, which is flood preparedness program. Honorable Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be very brief because the Minister for Disaster Management will have to go. I would like to start with a question. Because in this capitalist economy, nothing is free. My question, I'll show you a picture, and my question will come later. I'm sure all of you know what this picture speaks about. The internet says Bangladesh and India have signed 22 important agreements that will give a dimension to the relationship between the two countries. You can see two foreign secretaries are signing while the prime ministers are looking on, and also the chief minister of West Bengal. My question to you, Honorable Ministers, there are four options for questions. Option one, agreement on road communication included. What is the relevance? What is the relevance of this picture with today's event? Amra jeta dekhlam. What is the relevance? Why I am showing it? First option, agreement on road communication. Does it have any relevance? Second option, no agreement on deployment forces for disaster management. Third option, agreement on $2 billion on line of credit. Look at the fourth option. No agreement on Tista water sharing. Which one is more relevant? Can you tell me? Of the four options? Anybody? D. Option D. Last one. Who said the last one? 22 agreements were signed, but agreement of Tista water sharing, which has been discussed for years, has not been signed. I don't want to blame anybody. When we need water, during the dry season, we don't get it. In the monsoon season, we get water and we get flooding. Not only Tista. There are 57 transboundary rivers out of 406 rivers and rivulets. These 57 rivers on which we have no control. So we have no other option but to live with flood. That is the relevance. Because of the river coming from the northern countries, we get flooded almost every year. And sometimes it is it affects severely and colossal loss to property and crops. This is 2004. 34 million people are affected. And that flood causes immense sufferings to the people. Hundreds of thousands of people are marooned in the middle of nowhere. Look at the sufferings. Now, if early warning could be given to them, definitely their sufferings could have been alleviated a little bit. For early warning of flood, Bangladesh ladies and gentlemen, you know, we have very, very strong system at the national level. FFWC is incredibly efficient. Their wordings are 100% correct. But if you talk about community level, you don't see anything. You need a magnifying glass. Even with the magnifying glass, compared to elephants like an ant. At the community level, wordings are not disseminated. It does not go. Even little bit of information goes, these are not understood by the people. Wordings are given in metric system, saying that in Sirajgarh, 30 centimeters of water will rise above the danger level. People don't know. It's also not contextualized. Honorable Minister for Disaster Management. Sir, Apni, Honorable Minister for Disaster Management, you were in Japan 3 months back at the World Conference. And you were elected then. What importance was given at that World Conference? 4 articles speak of early warning. United Nations has said that early warning for warning's sake is not enough. The community should be capacitated so that they can respond. Our SOD clearly mentions. So these are the justification. Why do we need an effective early warning system? Now, what are the opportunities? In Bangladesh, there's immense opportunity. When I say immense, I mean it. Believe you me, today in Bangladesh, huge opportunity, just like the lamp of Aladdin. You rub it and you get it. The genie will come and say, what do you want? And that lamp is the VDP. We have to just tell them what you want and you will get it. I tell you, I have no idea what strength MSR VDP has for this country. But it is like a gold mine, but unexploited, completely unexploited. Bangladesh, this is the vulnerability map of Bangladesh. 39 districts are vulnerable to disasters and 80 million people, half the population of Bangladesh. It's easy for MSR VDP, using the VDP forces, it is easy to cover. But there's a but. I'm advising not to go fast. Go slow. This is an expansion plan. First year, starting from July to June next year. No extension. Next, year 2 and 3, expansion to new 4 districts, 4 and 5, expansion to another 6 districts. So at the end of 5 years, by year 2000, 12 districts will be covered. That will give enough strength to MSR and VDP to expand to all the countries, all over the country. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what are the challenges? It's not that easy. Don't think that, you just click the button and everything will work. There are a couple of challenges. The first challenge is with MSR and VDP. Institutionalization. Till today, I think my colleagues in the MSR will agree with me that till today things are run in MSR and VDP for APP on an ad hoc basis. All the people who are working are doing an additional job. A program like this cannot run. Then disaster management is no more an amateurish business. You have to have professional people to run it. Of course, you need monitoring, continued monitoring, quality control, and finally, sustained funding. I think funding is not a problem. After every disaster, billions of dollars come. And it should be the responsibility of the government of Bangladesh to support this program. But major challenges, there are some major challenges. The first major challenge is to change our mindset of the key actors sitting in this hall. The leaders of disaster management from the government, from MSR, from development partners, and from NGOs. We have to change our mindset. Quite often we think that post-disaster response is the management, the disaster management. This is wrong, 100% wrong. This is the very important thing. We think that we can solve the problem of the poor, because the poor have no education, have no knowledge, have no wealth, they cannot do anything. This is wrong, 100% wrong. The poor have immense power. We have to exploit this, and we have to promote bottom-up approach, not top-down approach. And the last bullet, yes, ladies and gentlemen, we can do everything. By we, I mean people sitting in this hall. We can do everything if we have a personal commitment. Whether you, whether me, whether the ministers, if we have personal commitment, if we think that we have social responsibility, moral responsibility, political responsibility, even religious responsibility, inshallah we can do it. Now I'm going to the last slide, particularly for my honorable ministers. I'm a Minister of Home. I would request you to excuse me if it's a repetition. It is. This is a historic picture. Historic. I say historic, it is the truest sense of the term. Honorable Minister for Disaster Management, sir, আপনি বোধহয় জানেন, সারা পৃথিবীতে, this has been replicated in many countries of the world. And thanks to Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, the Prime Minister, the founder of the nation. This is that historic picture. But to convince him, it was not that easy. Because like you don't know about APP. Nobody knew about CPP. CPP was funded by International Federation of Red Cross. I was employed by CPP as the first director. So we tried to reach the Prime Minister. And a member of the parliament from my hometown, Abdul Rob, Abdul Bogamiana, he was a very kind-hearted, wonderful guy. He helped us a lot. He took me to different ministers to convince that it's so important. I'm glad that his son is here. So we pay our respect to your father. He's in the grave. Tell him through Allah that we remember he has done a great job. Should we give a hand? So the reason I have shown this picture, today we have two ministers here. One is the Minister of Home Affairs, the most important ministry. I'm sure the Prime Minister has 100% confidence on him. And the Minister for Disaster Management is the General Secretary of the Dhaka City Awami League. The hotspot of politics is always Dhaka City. With two of your personal connections with the Prime Minister, Prime Minister I'm sure money is not a problem. And if you can do it, it will be sort of Sadhgai's idea. Thank you very much for your appreciation.